And we're back here at the red carpet in Twin City Film Fest 2021, and I'm your host, Gabby Del Moral. And we continue to meet more people from the film Leaf of Grass Illuminated. And next to me, I have Patrick Scully. How you doing, Patrick?
I'm doing great. Very excited to see this film tonight.
So I understand that you have not seen the film yet in the big screen. Is that right?
That's right. I proofed the credits to make sure that everything looked right there. But I thought, I want to have the experience of seeing this the first time on the big screen, not my laptop. So I waited till tonight to see the film.
Well, I think it's going to be an amazing experience, and
Looking forward to it.
I, for what I've seen, it's gorgeous. So, tell me a little bit about your experience in putting this amazing piece together. What was the motivation to get it started?
Well, there was my motivation for this subject matter, and then there was Mark's motivation for making the film, and there's probably a lot of overlap between the two of those. But Walt Whitman is arguably America's most well-known and arguably most important poet. But most of us coming up to the schools in the United States, we don't learn that Walt Whitman was a man who loved men. And I thought it's time for this truth to be told to the world in a way that embraces Whitman and his poetry, and Walt finally gets to be his whole self with the American public. And so, as a gay man myself, I thought I get to move all of our history forward by doing this.
How long it took you to actually put all this together and write it, make it ready so Mark can take off with it?
So from starting to research to doing the first performance was 10 years. And the first performance to the version that Mark and his wonderful crew shot at the Guthrie was another 5 years. So 15 years, that was 2 years ago. So it's been 17 years in the process right now.
Tell us a little bit the experience when you were shooting this at the Guthrie, because it seems like there was audience in there. So how did you manage to do that?
Yeah, well, there was audience. It was our dress rehearsal at the Guthrie, right? And for me, I had so much to do with just doing my performance that the great thing was Mark's film crew was there and they were all doing what they needed to do to make a movie, but I was doing a show. And so, for me, it was all part of the opportunity to take this show to such an important stage, and this was just more than icing on the cake.
Now, the choreography of the dancers, it was beautiful. So, who is the person that was in charge of the choreography? You as well, Mark?
Well, that's complicated to answer because there were multiple parties responsible. Much of the dance was based on some drawings done by Remy Charlip, who was a real mentor to me. And I had taken those same drawings in other situations and made dances from them. And so those dances then, the dancers themselves were responsible for creating based on the drawings that were there. And then I helped to sort of splice together who would go when and where. And then there were other segments of the dance that I created, and some of the segments that the dancers themselves, again, were responsible for creating.
Now, Mark, tell me, what is next for the film?
Well, before I answer what is next, I just want to bring up this email that I saw that you sent out last week. You said, I started making this production in 2005, and never did I imagine that it would be taken to the cinema. Right. And I think that's so amazing that you had this belief to go out there and make this homoerotic interpretation of Walt Whitman and bring it to the stage. He's toured something like 40-some communities in Minnesota. Is that right?
I think 50 different communities in Minnesota, and my goal is eventually get to every county in the state.
So he's taking this this mission, this message of Walt Whitman, and as a man who loved men across our state counties, into other states, and here it is at the cinema, and I'm just so excited that I can be a catalyst for that message to be brought to the cinema, and that hopefully many more people around the world who love poetry, who love cinema, and who love Walt Whitman and other men will also be able to encourage to watch this.
But, and I think it's besides, I think it's also love in general and
Right.
passion in general,
Right.
right? That's what I picked up out of the film, that it's just love and passion and what's real. And
Yeah.
you guys did that very, very well. So thank you for all the great work you did and for that strong message. I think a lot of people need to hear that. And
Well, thank you, and really thanks not only to Mark and the great crew that he had, but also thanks to my partner Kevin, and then all of the dancers who have been in it from the first production that had dance in it in 2014. I get the years confused, but there have been about 18 dancers, 20 dancers involved in the process all along, and it wouldn't be what it is without their input.
great. Well, thank you again. Thank you for sharing the red carpet with me. Thank you for a wonderful film, and I hope you enjoy it. I feel that your eyes are gonna get very wide. I think it's gonna be beautiful. So thank you so much.
Thank you,
And to
Gabi.
you all, please stay tuned. There's more to come, more films and more interviews. Stay tuned.